Hello, I'd like to take a few minutes and walk you through the newest features of Tracknicity that are available with our 3.0 release. The first new feature is that we are now writing additional information back to DTools in the project. So when you stage an item in Tracknicity or deliver an item in Tracknicity, it now writes back to the project in DTools. So if I go into this DTools project here and I see this item that I've got selected, I can use Tracknicity to check the inventory of that item, and I can see that I have 5 of those items available. I haven't ordered this yet, so what I want to do is I want to go into Tracknicity and I want to do a new transaction to go from the warehouse to the client. I'm going to select that job that we were just looking at. I'm going to search for the item here, and I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to go ahead and add this item to my staging area. And what this is going to do is it's going to remove it from my inventory and stage it for the job. So I'm going to go ahead and submit that transaction. And now when I go back to DTools and I go update from integrations, I'm going to see that there's an update here. I want to update the item, which is going to update the project. And now I can see here that this order status of this particular item in the project has been changed to from stock, since we took it from stock. I can see that the item was picked by Travis Leo on this date, and I can see the date that it was picked. So I now know that this item doesn't need to be ordered. It's been taken from stock and it's been staged for the project. Similarly, when I go deliver the item, so I go from the staging area and I go to the client and I select that same item that we had just previously staged and I submit it. Now when I go back to the project, and again, when I update from integrations, it'll show me that I have an update. I update it and I save the project. And now it shows that the item has been delivered and who it was delivered by. You can see here that there's also a field for returned by. So if I return that item, it will update that field as well. So we've greatly enhanced the amount of information that flows back and forth between Tracknicity and DTools and makes it real easy for users to update their projects directly from Tracknicity without having to double enter back into DTools. The second new big feature that we've added is in Tracknicity, we've added a barcode scanner, the ability to add a barcode scanner to the web dashboard. So previously you had to use the mobile phone in order to scan UPC codes. We've now added the ability here to scan items, and with a UPC code, you can scan any UPC item that's available once you've learned it in, and it will operate just like a keyboard. So we've added that capability in here as well. You'll see here for items, if there's an item without a UPC code, when you go in to edit the item, it allows you to assign a UPC code right here, again, from the web dashboard. So we've added that functionality, which allows you to add UPC codes and check out items straight from the web dashboard. The third new feature that we've added is one that's been requested for a long time, and that gives you the ability to generate labels and QR codes. So if I go into a project here inside of Tracknicity, you'll see here that we've added some capabilities alongside the project here. So what this printer icon does is it gives you the ability to generate a label. So if I just click it right here, it's just a PDF label that shows the client name, the job, the part, whether it is on a purchase order or whether it came for stock, and the date that the item was received. I now have this QR code, which I can, when I print the label, I can then use this QR code to check out the item when a technician is getting ready to take it to site. So we've added that functionality. It works on any label printer. You can generate labels of any size. We have some recommended printers that we like to use, but like I said, it works on any label printer that you want to use. The other thing we've done is we've greatly enhanced the ability to process returns or take items from job A to job B. So you'll see this button here, which allows you to go in here and transfer the item to another project. So right now this Panamax Pro is set up for this job. If I want to return it to stock, I would just click return to stock and I would select which location I want to return it to. So maybe I want to return it to the warehouse. It asks me for the quantity and I return that item into stock. If I want to transfer it to another job, I click on it and I simply click here and type in the new job that I want to send it to, and I save that right there. And that will transfer those items from the project to that other project. We've also added in here at request the ability to see all of the items in your DTools project while you're inside of Tracknicity. So I can quickly click on here without having to go back to DTools and see the status of all of my items that are in the project. So I can see if they've been ordered, I can see if they've been received. If I've taken stuff from stock, it will show that it's been picked. And then once it's been delivered and or returned, it would show up in here as well. So we've greatly enhanced the ability to see that information inside of Tracknicity. If I go to do a new transaction, when I'm ready to check out an item, if I'm checking the item out from the staging area, you'll see that it prompts me for a scan items with a different type of barcode. What this is the ability to scan that QR code that we had previously done. So using either the mobile phone or a desktop-enabled barcode scanner, I can scan the item here, and it goes into the pick list for this particular project and highlights the item that I just scanned. So I don't need to select it from a list. I can just scan the QR code that was generated off of that label printer, and now I can submit that transaction and it goes through. So we've greatly enhanced the ability to label products, check out those products using individual QR codes. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's something that's certainly optional, but it makes it much, much easier to generate labels and then check out the items. And now that information of when you deliver those items, that now flows back to DTools, so you have full record of that inside of your project.